What if the biggest mistake you're making right now isn't quitting nursing, but what if it's not quitting? Waiting for the right time. A lot of nurses get stuck in that. Before they know it, is a year later. It's 5 years later. And they're like, dang, I never really did the thing that I wanted to do. That's how you wake up with regret years from now. Most of us were taught that when you quit, that means you failed. This belief is keeping you stuck. It used to keep me stuck too. My name is Mel. I became a nurse in 2015. I kept job hopping, trying to figure out the thing that was for me. I constantly kept hitting burnout cycles. I was no longer aligned with the profession. So I walked away from nursing in 2021. I don't hear people talking about what it costs when you never quit, even though you know you want to deep down. So let's take an honest look at the future that you are building if you decide to stay where you are, even though you know you want to walk away, and determining if that's a path that you want to be on 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 1 year from now. Is the path truly a fulfilling path for you? Or are you just settling for it because you think that's what you have to do? So first, let's talk about path A, which is the path that you're currently on, which is the path of never quit. Quitting is failing. If you stay on that path, of course, you get the same exhaustion, you get the same burnout, you get the same irritability. You get to keep creating those same burnout cycles over and over and over. And to get a break and to see hope at some point, and then to fall right back into the burnout cycles, to keep creating this version of yourself who is not present with her family, who is not present with herself, who is not present with the people that she cares about the most, the people that she's working the hardest for, that she can't even enjoy. Those people can't even enjoy her, like her true essence, her true personality, her true self. Why? Because you're tired all the time. Waiting for the right time will keep you stuck every time, because there is no right time. It never comes. You literally have to decide when the right time is. You have to make it the right time. And that's not to rush you, but every time you say it's not the right time, like every time you whisper those things to yourself, you build up a little more resentment towards yourself. You already know deep down that you want to leave. You already know deep down that nursing is no longer for you. But every time you wait, every time you stall, every time you put it off, you lose a little more trust for yourself each time. That adds up. That compounds. When you constantly stall and say no to yourself, even though you already know you want to leave, that adds up to self-betrayal. That adds up to you not being able to trust yourself with decisions. That adds up to you not being able to give yourself permission to do the hard things, to do the big things, to do the things that seem scary, that will literally change your life. Not only is it costing you your time and you settling for less than what you truly want, but it's also costing you your energy. It's costing you your health. It's costing your future self. You staying where you are right now is not getting you any closer to the healthiest, happiest, wealthiest, most energized, successful version of you. You look successful on the outside. You look like you got it all together on the outside. You look like you killing it, like you look like you winning on the outside, but on the inside, that's what really matters. I forget about, like, I want you to forget about the outside. The inside is what truly matters. You're really winning when you not only are doing something that looks good on the outside, feels good on the outside to you, but it also feels good on the inside. It also allows you to really be your truest self. It also allows you to really pour into yourself, to really pour into the people that you love. That's winning. That's when you're really, really, really winning. I'm not speaking to you about this because I'm perfect. I'm speaking to you about this because I've literally lived through this. I lived through everything looking good on paper, checking off all these boxes at age 23, doing the hard things, becoming a nurse. But on the inside, when I was alone, I felt stuck. I felt scared. I felt confused. I felt resentment towards myself because I felt trapped in my nurse career. Like I felt trapped in my nurse identity, all because I cared more about what other people thought about or would think about my decision to leave nursing, more than I thought about how I was truly feeling, my own happiness, my own opinion. But I was able to leave. I was able to pull myself up. I was able to build myself up into the woman who was able to confidently own her decision, give herself permission to walk away and go create the life that she truly wanted to create for herself. So that's why this matters. Like, that's why this is important. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping other nurses go through that journey. Because on path A, this current path that we've been talking about, yeah, you check the boxes, you prove to yourself that you can get the good grades, you can be the good girl, you can help people. But somewhere along the way, you stop helping the one person that matters the most, which is yourself. So now that leads us to path B. Path B is the path of you learning how to overcome the fear. You learning how to do the thing that's outside of the box. You learn how to walk away from nursing and start your new career, your new business, whatever it is that you want to get into. The thing that you probably thought you would never do. That version of you know what she comes with? Confidence, because she said yes to herself, because she was able to look fear in the face and not allow it to consume her, not allow it to keep her stuck where she is. That version of you, she has self-trust because she proved to herself that she can do the hard thing. She can do the thing, the unknown thing. Because I won't even say it's hard to leave nursing. What I would say is that so many different emotions come up that you have to learn how to process so that you don't get stuck in those emotions. But it's not hard. But you do gain self-trust because, again, you say yes to yourself. You did the uncomfortable thing. You did the thing that you weren't familiar with. You did the thing that was unknown but was necessary for your livelihood. So that self-trust, it goes up, it shoots up to 100% because your mind, your body, your nervous system is like, okay, she chose us. She's choosing us, and immediately you get to feel that sense of relief because you've chosen yourself. And you also get a boost in confidence because you start to really walk in your truth. You really start to own your decisions. And doing this allows you to make harder decisions, to make the difficult decisions, to make the decisions that don't look right or might not make sense to other people, but deep down are best for you. You choosing path B, you choosing to leave nursing when you feel like you really want to leave. You get so good at tuning into your intuition, what feels best for you. That comes with this level of audacity, this level of boldness, this level of I choose me energy. It's just like new character unlocked, main character energy unlocked, because you're no longer settling for what you think you have to do, for what you think you should be doing based on what other people think, blah, blah, blah. Like all of that is so boring. But most people literally are living their lives for other people. They're living their lives based on the opinions of other people. They're not directly asking for permission, like, can I leave nursing? But they feel like they need permission. They feel like they need permission to live their lives a certain way because as a society, we are conditioned to do certain things, conditioned to behave in certain ways. Where this gets really dangerous is when you don't unlearn all of the conditioning. You got to unlearn all of that stuff because all the beliefs about what it is that you should be doing, what success looks like, this idea that you need to retire at age 65 just because you went to school for this career, like all of this stuff that we're fed, your real life literally starts once you start unlearning all of that, peeling back all the layers, allowing yourself to color outside the lines, outside the box, allowing yourself to do the things that you're truly curious about, that you're truly interested in, instead of doing the things that you think look the best, but don't feel the best. the things that you think you should be doing, the responsible thing to do, or the safe, secure thing to do. Like, you can't tell me that you should choose those things at the expense of your happiness, your health, your energy, your essence. What is life if you do that, if you continue to choose that path? And I know so many people are used to being unfulfilled, being unhappy, waking up dreading the day, waking up dreading their shifts, waking up and then complaining about work when they're at work, when they're not at work, during work. But what if that's really the crazy thing? Not leaving that, not quitting that and going after the thing that you really dream about, the thing that you truly want to do, but feeling like you're stuck in that, staying in that, and continuing to recreate that year after year after year. And it's not your fault because it's because of our minds. Like, our minds are literally programmed to keep us safe, right? They're programmed to keep us doing the familiar thing. So even though you are constantly getting burned out, even though you're stressed, even though like all of this stuff comes with your role as a nurse, your mind equates that with safety because you're familiar with it. You've grown comfortable in it. Even though it's uncomfortable, you know that life. But who are you not becoming by staying where you are? What version of yourself are you not allowing yourself to become by staying where you are? Because you think that quitting means that you're a failure. But in reality, sometimes not quitting equals settling. When you know that path isn't for you anymore, like when you truly feel it in the depths of your soul, even though you try to silence it and brush it off, you know deep down, based on how you be feeling after your shifts, during your shifts, when you're thinking about going back into work, you already know that this path isn't aligned with you. It's not aligned with who you want to be. It's not aligned with where you want to go long term. It's not aligned with where you want to be 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. And that's okay. What if quitting nursing is your launch pad into the life that you absolutely have been dreaming about, been craving, like have been really wanting to live? That's what it was for me. What if quitting nursing is the key that you've been missing this entire time to you feeling unstuck, to you feeling fulfilled in life, to you waking up excited, to you having a regulated nervous system, to you having time to take care of yourself, to you being present with yourself, being present with your family, being present with your loved ones, your husband, your kids, anybody that you care about. So I'm going to keep talking about this because there is shame that comes when you think about walking away from nursing. There's guilt, there's fear, there's all these emotions because we are so deeply conditioned into sticking it out, into never quitting, into consistency is key and you gotta keep going, even if it's at the expense of your health. We don't do that over here. Quitting is literally you learning to say yes to yourself, learning to follow your gut feeling, learning to listen to that little voice inside of you that's been trying to get you to go to path B. Quitting, it doesn't have to come with the shame and the regret and the fear and the guilt and all those heavy emotions. You deserve to feel like, wow, I really did the thing that I was afraid to do. I really walked away from nursing. I really went after the life that I truly wanted. You deserve to feel proud of yourself, to feel accomplished, to feel excited about the next thing that you want to get into. And that's what it was for me. So many nurses will just watch this video and continue to feel stuck, continue to complain, continue to feel like they have to stay in nursing, like they have to persevere and push through because of all these reasons that we tell ourselves, right? But at the end of the day, you get to choose. You get to choose peace. You get to choose your own happiness. You get to choose your own fulfillment. You get to choose to do something differently. That's what you're truly being called to do. I really want you to sit with that question. What happens happens if you never quit? What type of life will you have a year from now, a few years from now, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, if you never quit, even though you know that you really want to? Awareness is the first step to transform into really doing the thing that you want to do. If you're willing to answer that question that I just asked you, that is the first step to actually moving closer towards path B instead of staying stuck, stagnant where you are. If you want further support, I'm going to link some resources down in the description that I have created specifically for this journey to help you along this transition out of nursing into whatever it is that you want to do next. I got you. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.